In this episode of Laurie and Gary Cruise, we talk all things White Pass Scenic Railway. If you're considering doing this excursion on your next Alaska cruise, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned. Plus, obviously, more Celebrity Edge food and entertainment. So make sure you keep watching.
Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us. Come and cruise with us, and you won't regret it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Laurie and Gary Cruise. We begin this day getting some work done at Cafe El Baccio on the Celebrity Edge before we head off the ship in Skagway, Alaska. We have a ship excursion today. We're doing the White Pass and Yukon Route Scenic Railway. And while we're headed there, a couple things you should know about this port. The main thing you should know is you do have to take a tram to get from the back of the port to the front. We had no problems grabbing one. There was no line when we got off the ship. But just in case you have to be somewhere at a specific time, make sure you get off extra early in case there's any hang-ups. In case you're doing the railway excursion specifically, we were there about 20 minutes early. The line was already really long. I do recommend getting there at least 20 minutes early so you can grab your desired seat of choice on the train. And now a little bit about why we chose this excursion specifically. Gary used to work for Norwegian Cruise Lines back in the late 90s, early 2000s. He used to do the Alaska route. This was one of his favorite excursions, and he really wanted to go again. The second reason we chose this excursion was because there are a lot of mobility issues with our travel party, and this excursion essentially just involves sitting on a train. Yes, it can be hard to get on and off of the train, but once you have done that, you can just sit back and relax for the entire excursion. There were two times for this excursion. There was an earlier time, and we opted for the later time, which was 1 p.m. So while we're boarding, let's get into the history of this railway. The White Pass and Yukon Route Scenic Railway is often called Scenic Railway of the World. It's a historic railroad located in Skagway, Alaska.
And exterior platforms. Welcome aboard the famous White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad, constructed 125 years ago. Today we'll be traveling over 20 miles of narrow gauge track and climbing nearly 3,000 feet in elevation to scale the White Pass summit.
Built during the Klondike Gold Rush in 1898, this engineering marvel was a crucial link for prospectors heading in the Yukon interior. Today, it operates primarily as a popular tourist attraction, offering breathtaking journeys through rugged Alaska and Canadian landscapes. The railway was constructed against immense odds, with thousands of men working in harsh conditions to carve an iron rail through granite mountains. It's recognized as an international historic civil engineering landmark, sharing this prestigious designation with structures like the Panama Canal and the Eiffel Tower. You get this cute little souvenir gift book with your excursion purchase. That's where I'm looking up some of this information in. Continuing on, this journey is renowned for its stunning panoramic views. As the train climbs nearly 3,000 feet in just 20 miles, passengers are treated to vistas of towering mountains, glaciers, deep gorges, cascading waterfalls, and lush valleys. Notable landmarks along the route often include Bridal Veil Falls, Inspiration Point, and Dead Horse Gulch.
And finally, please be aware of your fellow passengers and share the limited platform space so everyone has a chance to enjoy them. With all that said, the conductor has given us the go-ahead to step outside and make use of the exterior platforms.
You heard correctly. You were allowed to go outside on the platform. It did get extremely cold the higher you got, so make sure if you want to do this, you wear a warm coat. Back to the history lesson. The narrow gauge design of the railway allows for tight curves and steep grades. a testament to the ingenuity required to build it. The route features 2 tunnels and numerous bridges and trestles, showcasing the remarkable construction techniques of the late 19th century. Passengers ride in comfortable, restored, or replica vintage rail cars, many with outdoor platforms for optimal photography. The experience aims to transport visitors back in time to the Klondike Gold Rush era. Knowledgeable guides provide engaging commentary throughout the journey, sharing fascinating stories of the gold rush, the railway's construction, and the natural history of the region. You can even see the original Klondike Trail of 1898 worn into the rocks, a powerful reminder of the thousands who sought their fortune. While the most popular excursion is the round trip to White Pass Summit, other options can extend further into Canadian territory, reaching Fraser, Bennett, or Carcross in the Yukon. Some excursions may also combine train travel with bus tours. The train departs from Skagway, easily accessible by ferry or cruise ship. The train depot is typically a short walk from the town center. In essence, the White Pass and Yukon Route Scenic Railway offers more than just a train ride. It's a captivating journey through history and a testament to human perseverance, all set against the backdrop of some of North America's most awe-inspiring wilderness. So there you have the professional historical breakdown of the excursion. Now onto our personal opinions should you do this excursion. So like I already said, it is very mobility friendly. I just gotta say it though, just be aware there's no snacks on board. I know for normal life people that wouldn't matter. For cruise people, it's hard for us to go about 3 hours without a snack. If you watched our other Celebrity Edge videos in this series, you know we are traveling as a party of 12. But there's only 11 of us on this train. Why? My mom didn't want to go because she's afraid of heights. I thought she was overreacting because even if a train goes high, it's still on land. What could be so scary about that? But the train did run close to some very questionable cliffs, and it went over some very questionable bridges. I admit I had to close my eyes as we went over this one coming up. So yeah, if you have extreme fears of heights, this might not be the excursion for you, but I myself do not handle heights well and found that if we were near a scary cliff and I just looked the other way or closed my eyes over the bridge, it was okay because the train ride was actually really smooth. And even though technically the incline is very quick, it felt gradual as you were experiencing it. Another thing that's pretty cool is going from the relatively warm 60-degree-ish weather in Skagway to a winter wonderland, snowy mountain peak area at the top of the mountain, all within an hour's time. So basically, when the train gets to the top, it does a little loop-de-loo and then heads back down the same way. And I kind of liked that because that way you got to see the scenery that you missed going one way, coming back the other way. Side note, I have to tell you, between Gary and myself, we took over an hour of footage from this ride. And as I edit this video and have to cut different things out, it's almost like emotionally painful for me. I should release another video called Great White Pass Scenic Railway ASMR with just our unedited train footage. What do you guys think? Would you like that? Please let us know in the comments below. Also, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like and subscribe button with a notification bell on. We have about 2 more videos coming out about this cruise on Celebrity Edge in Alaska. And then in September, we are sailing the Brilliant Lady with Virgin Cruise Lines, our very first Virgin cruise. And we had no idea when we booked the cruise that it would only be the second or third sailing of that ship. So finally, by happenstance, happy accident, we're doing what true cruise influencers should be doing, which is sailing on a new ship. So all of that is to say, you're gonna wanna subscribe. Anyway, back to our current life situation. One important thing to note is that if you do the later excursion time on the train, you will not have much time in Skagway afterwards. We got back in town about an hour and a half before all aboard on the ship, and while that seems like plenty of time to check everything out, knowing the tram situation to get back on the ship, we knew we would have to head back with at least a half-hour grace time. So sadly, I only got to spend about 45 minutes walking around, and it was a shame because this town was so super cute. So give yourself time to explore either before or after if you take the earlier train time. Back on the ship, we had dinner reservations and I dressed up for the evening. I do have a code for this outfit down below. It's an affiliate code. I love this dress. It's by Mohesi, and if you like it too and you use my affiliate code to purchase it, I will get a small commission. And it was back to Cyprus for dinner and our new favorite appetizer, the grilled octopus. We are both obsessed. This was the night I ordered 3, along with some other yummy appetizers, including our beloved escargot. And then we busted out of the main dining room before dessert so we could go see the production show this evening, which was called Feel the Funk. Thoughts and feelings of the 3 production shows, this was our least favorite. Once again, that is zero offense to the entertainers. They were all amazing, phenomenal, strong performers. We just weren't thrilled with the song selections. We thought the costuming was kind of bland, and there were no aerialists in this show. So obviously you lost Laurie. And that's gonna wrap this episode up for us. So once again, hit that subscribe button, and until the next time, we want you to live your best cruise life. Bye-bye.